On April 22nd, the blood of innocents was shed in the pristine Baisaran meadow in Pahalgam in South Kashmir. Pakistani terrorists approached the unsuspecting tourists, asking the men among them their religion, demanding they recite the Kalma, an Islamic verse. Those who could not were shot dead in front of their wives and children. 25 Indians and a Nepali citizen were killed. The heartbreaking images of several Hindu women who lost their husbands made an entire nation rise up in anger with the demand for justice. The killings of the innocent tourists did not go unanswered. In the wee hours of May 7th, India launched Operation Sindoor, hitting hard at the terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. These were the places from where terrorist attacks against India have been planned and directed for years together. Soon after the attack, the Indian Army posted this image on social media, Operation Sindoor, written in block letters. Sindoor in Hindi means vermilion, and the name Operation Sindoor is a reference to the vermilion many Hindu women wear on their heads to signify they are married. The name of the operation paid homage to the loss of these women, whose partners were brutally killed right before their eyes. Operation Sindoor humanized the victims and the survivors of the Pahalgam massacre in an effort to ensure their sacrifices are remembered. We dig deeper into this episode of WION WideAngle to find out: how was Operation Sindoor carried out? How did India destroy the 9 terrorist camps in Pakistan? How the Indian armed forces thwarted Pakistan's military response. India's Operation Sindoor is unique, marking a shift in Indo-Pakistan military dynamics. For the first time in history, India targeted terror camps in the heart of Pakistan, Punjab. In just 25 minutes, the operation struck 9 locations, 5 in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and 4 in Pakistan. All this without even crossing the borders. Unlike the 2016 Uri surgical strikes, 2019 Balakot airstrikes, or the past Indian operations that were limited in scale and scope. In the 2016 Uri surgical strikes, the army crossed the line of control to destroy terror launch pads in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. In the 2019 Balakot airstrikes, a dozen Air Force Mirage fighter jets streaked around 20 kilometers past the LOC to target Jaish training camps in Balakot. In 2025, Operation Sindoor was conceived not just as a retaliatory show of force, but an attempt to strike at the very roots of terrorism originating from Pakistani soil. Operation Sindoor is technologically robust, expansive, and unlike any other mission India has ever carried out. At 1:05 a.m. IST on May 7th, Wednesday, the Indian Armed Forces launched its most daring strikes in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Codenamed Operation Sindoor, the Tri-Services Operation was carried out jointly by the Army, the Navy and the Air Force from Indian soil. A series of precision strikes destroyed 9 terrorist bases inside Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Of the 9 targets that the Indian forces hit, 4 were in Pakistan and 5 in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. It is a departure from prior doctrine. India launched standoff cruise missiles at the camps affiliated to banned terror groups, Jaish-e-Mohammed in Bahawalpur and Lashkar-e-Taiba in Muridke. Bahawalpur has been the JEM's base since the release of its founder, UN-designated terrorist Masood Azhar in 1999. Jaish-e-Mohammed has been behind major attacks in India, including Pulwama in 2019 and the Parliament in 2001. Led by Hafiz Saeed from Muridke, the LET orchestrated the 2008 Mumbai attack. Let's take a look at each target. Target 1, Markaz Subhan Allah, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Bahawalpur, Punjab, Pakistan. Markaz Subhan Allah is located on National Highway 5 on the outskirts of Bahawalpur, Punjab, Pakistan. The Markaz is the operational headquarters of the JEM and is associated with the terrorists who plotted and executed the Pulwama suicide bombing attack. The Markaz houses JEM Chief Maulana Masood Azhar and holds religious training for terrorists. A statement attributed to Azhar, who was arrested in India in 1994 and released after the Air India IC-814 hijack, claims 10 family members and 4 aides were killed in India's targeted airstrikes under Operation Sindoor. Target 2, Markaz Taiba, Lashkar-e-Taiba, Muridke, Punjab. Set up in the year 2000, Markaz Taiba is the alma mater and training center of the LET in Muridke, Punjab, Pakistan. The 2611 terrorists were trained here. Osama bin Laden reportedly financed the construction of a mosque and guest house within the Markaz Taiba complex in 2000. Target 3, Sarjal Tera Kalan Facility, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Shakargarh, Narwal District, Punjab, Pakistan. Tera Kalan, or the Sarjal facility, is the launch site of the JEM for infiltration into Jammu and Kashmir. This facility lies concealed on the premises of a primary health center in Tera Kalan village. It serves as a base for digging cross-border tunnels to send terrorists into India. Mehmoona Joya Facility, Hizbul Mujahideen, Head Marala, Sialkot. The Mehmoona Joya facility of Hizbul Mujahideen is located near the Kotli Butta Government Hospital in the Marala area of Sialkot district in Punjab, Pakistan. This facility is used to infiltrate Hizbul Mujahideen terrorists into the Jammu region. Target 5, Markaz Hadith Barnala, Lashkar-e-Taiba, Bimber District, Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Markaz Hadith in Barnala is one of the important markaz of the LET and is used to infiltrate LET terrorists as well as arms and ammunition into the Poonch Rajouri-Riasi sector. Target 6, Markaz Abbas, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Kotli. The Markaz Abbas of JEM is located in Mohalla Roli Dhara Bypass Road, Kotli. It is located 2 kilometers southeast of Kotli military camp and accommodates 100 to 125 JEM terrorists. Target 7, Mashkar Rahil Shahid, Hizbul Mujahideen, Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Located 2.5 kilometers from the Maholi Puli in Kotlin district in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Mashkar Rahil Shahid is one of the oldest facilities of Hizbul Mujahideen. HM terrorists visit this facility for specialized physical training as well as training in firing arms. Target 8, Shawai Nalla Camp, Lashkar-e-Taiba, Muzaffarabad, Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Shawai Nalla Camp is one of the most important camps of LET that is used for recruitment, registration and training of LET terrorists. It has been functioning since the early 2000s. Target 9, Syedna Bilal Markaz, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Muzaffarabad, Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Syedna Bilal Masjid is the main center of JEM in Borg. Located opposite the Red Fort in Muzaffarabad, this facility was a transit camp for JEM terrorists before they were launched into Jammu and Kashmir. In retaliation to the Pahalgam terror attacks, India launched precision missile strikes targeting terrorist installations in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. An Indian army statement said that only terrorist infrastructure was targeted and civilians and military installations were left unharmed. During an official briefing, Wing Commander Vyomika Singh, a helicopter pilot with the Indian Air Force, said niche technology weapons with carefully selected warheads were used to avoid collateral damage.
A niche technology weapons with careful selection of warheads was ensured so that there will be no collateral damage. The point of impact in each of the target was a specific building or a group of buildings. All the targets were neutralized with clinical efficiency, and the results reiterate the professionalism of the Indian Armed Forces in the planning and execution of their operations.
Over the past several years, the Indian military has built up a formidable arsenal of new age weapons that includes a range of precision-guided long-range weapons and drones, including loitering munitions. Let's take a look at some of these game-changing weapons. The highly agile and maneuverable munition Extended Range, or HAMMER, is an all-weather precision air-to-ground munition with a range of 70 kilometers. It is also known as a glide bomb, built by the French Aerospace, Defense and Security Corporation Safran. The HAMMER weapon system is highly versatile and can be used for precision strikes against a range of targets in medium-range tactical operations. The HAMMER-guided munition is fully autonomous and completely unaffected by jamming. Scalp is an air-launched cruise missile with stealth features designed for long-range, deep strikes. Scalp is known as Storm Shadow in Britain. It can be operated at night and in all weather conditions and can penetrate bunkers and ammunition stores. Another notable aspect of Operation Sindoor was the deployment of loitering munitions, also known as suicide drones. These unmanned aerial vehicles are designed to hover over a target area, identify threats and engage them precisely. Unlike traditional missiles, loitering munitions can wait for the optimal moment to strike, reducing the risk of collateral damage. Once they lock onto a target, they crash into it and explode. These weapons are often called suicide drones, kamikaze drones, or exploding drones. The integration of loitering munitions into India's military arsenal marks a significant shift in its counter-terrorism strategy. On the night of May 7th to May 8th, 2025, Pakistani forces orchestrated a multi-wave assault, directing drones and missiles toward crucial military installations and several cities, including Awantipora, Srinagar, Jammu, Pathankot, Amritsar, Ludhiana and Bhuj. India's air defense grid was put to test as swarm drones, also dubbed loitering munitions, entered the Indian airspace from Pakistan. India successfully thwarted all military and drone attacks by Islamabad.
Today morning, Indian Armed Forces targeted air defense radars and systems at a number of locations in Pakistan. Indian response has been in the same domain with the same intensity as Pakistan. It has been reliably learnt that an air defense system at Lahore has been neutralized.
Our intention has not been to escalate matters. We are only responding to the original escalation, as I said, and our response has been targeted, precise, controlled and measured. Only no military targets have been selected. Only terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan has been hit.
Another game changer for India is its indigenous air defense system, Akashtir, which translates to Sky Arrow. Through automation, real-time sensor integration, and decentralized engagement authority, Akashtir can neutralize any incoming aerial threats, from fighter jets to drones and missiles.
Along the international border and line of control, drone intrusions were attempted from Leh to Sar Creek at 36 locations with approximately 300 to 400 drones. Indian Armed Forces brought down a number of these drones using kinetic and non-kinetic means. The possible purpose of these large-scale aerial intrusions were to test the AD systems and gather intelligence.
India's S-400 air defense system, called the Sudarshan Chakra, proved its worth by effectively intercepting and neutralizing all incoming threats from Pakistan, involving both drones and missiles. The S-400 system represents the pinnacle of modern air defense technology. It stands as one of the world's most advanced air defense systems. The S-400 can engage almost all types of modern warplanes. Its radar can track targets up to 600 kilometers away. S-400 is developed by Russia's Almaz Central Design Bureau. In October 2018, India signed a $5 billion deal with Russia to buy 5 units of the S-400 air missile defense systems. The IAF has deployed S-400 squadrons in northwest and East India to address threats from both China and Pakistan. At a press briefing on May 9th, the government said the Pakistani military likely used Turkish drones in attacking Indian cities on the intervening night of 8th and 9th May 2025. The government said forensic analysis of the debris recovered from downed drones suggests they were Turkish-made Azizgard Songar models, commonly deployed for surveillance and precision strikes. India responded with force to Pakistan's drone attack. Armed drones were launched at 4 air defense sites in Pakistan. Pakistan's terror infrastructure has survived for decades within its security establishment. Pakistan has been placed on and off the Financial Action Task Force's grey list since 2008 for failing to dismantle terror financing networks. Financial Action Task Force is an international governing body with a mission to combat financial crimes, including money laundering and terrorist financing. Post the 9/11 incident, operations of such terror groups became more sophisticated. They started integrating cyber capabilities and information warfare. Remember, Al-Qaeda's founder, Osama bin Laden, the mastermind behind the 9/11 attacks, was found and killed in Abbottabad, Pakistan. And not to be forgotten, the 26/11 attacks of Mumbai, when 10 Pakistani terrorists of Lashkar-e-Taiba sailed from Pakistan and carried out the heinous crime in the financial capital of India in 2008. Pakistan's terror infrastructure represents a deliberate state-sponsored system that has survived for decades through institutional support. that views these forces as strategic assets rather than terrorist threats. Pakistan's terrorism is not merely a bilateral issue, but a global challenge that threatens the rules-based international order. Addressing this threat requires unwavering international pressure on Pakistan to permanently demolish these terrorist organizations. On the 10th of May, after days of missile, drone and artillery attacks, Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar posted on X that India and Pakistan have worked out an understanding on stoppage of firing and military action. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri also informed that India and Pakistan, in a call between the Director Generals of Military Operations of the countries at 3:30 p.m. IST, agreed they would stop all firing and military action on land and in the air and sea with effect from 5 p.m. on the 10th of May. The Director Generals will talk again on the 12th of May. But will the ceasefire hold? Will it last? Only time will tell.